afternoon, everyone. I am Gabrielle Bluza. Today we delve into vital topics shaping our world. Acting as a global citizen, global civil society, and campaigning for human rights. Join me as we welcome these dedicated reporters who will each explore these powerful themes and the role we all play in building a more just and connected world. In a world more connected than ever, the role of a global citizen has never been more important. From climate change to social justice, people across the globe are stepping up, taking responsibility and working together beyond borders. Today, we will explore what it truly means to act as a global citizen and how each of us can make a difference in our local and global communities. In the past, a global citizen was usually a smart, well-traveled person who met with others around the world to share ideas. They believed learning from different cultures could help bring people together. Since 1945, though the picture of a global citizen has changed, now it's often someone who speaks out and takes action, joining worldwide movements to support human rights, fight climate change, and promote fairness. But not all travel helps people understand other cultures. Mass tourism, like large group trips, can sometimes keep visitors separated from real local life. It might even harm the environment and the culture of the places they visit. Still, some kinds of travel really do help. For example, school exchange program gives students a chance to live in another country, learn new customs, and make real connections. So, whether it's learning, speaking up, or traveling the right way, there are many ways to be a global citizen. The most important thing, making real respectful connections with others. To give us deeper insight into what it means to act as a global citizen in today's world, let's turn it over to our reporter, Mr. Aaron Sibilboro.
Thank you, Ms. Blusa. Across the globe, travel is more than tourism. It's a powerful way to promote peace and understanding, especially through school exchange programs. These experiences help young people connect, learn from each other, and build friendships that cross borders. The idea of wonder scholars still inspires. Even today, students studying abroad reflects a global mindset, a belief that knowledge should be shared across cultures. Governments are on board too. They encourage educational travel as a way to build friendlier, more peaceful relationships between countries. As we enter the 21st century, informal networks and translational organizations began to flourish. These groups, whether educational, professional, or social, play a big role in shaping how nations connect and collaborate. Today, these organizations represent a new idea, a civil global society. It's a world where people come together across borders to solve problems, share ideas, and support each other. Thanks for watching. Remember, whether you're a student or a traveler or a future professional, you're a part of this global movement too. Next, we have Ms. Kayela Santos. Ms. Kayela?
Not all international involvement equals global citizenship. The existence of transnational association does not necessarily mean that those involved are acting as global citizens. Many groups operate across borders, but they focus on their own specific interests, such as professional rights or income. This is not truly global citizenship if the goal is self-benefit rather than broader human solidarity or justice. True global citizenship involves global causes and solidarity. Campaigning to transnational organizations is committed to global causes. Voluntarily bodies expressing practical solidarity with those suffering in other parts of the world. Global citizens take actions for universal values like human rights, environmental protection, and anti-oppression. They often join voluntarily organizations that helps others beyond national borders. International cooperation for cosmopolitan ideas. Many people around the world are making links across national frontiers. Global citizenship is all about connecting with people worldwide, respecting cultural diversity, and fighting for equity and justice across all the nations. These efforts reflect cosmopolitan ideas, meaning the belief that all human beings belong to a single global community. Moving on to the next reporter, Masbate.
Thank you, Ms. Kayela. Transnational organizations like Amnesty International, Oxfam, and Greenpeace cite discussion on global citizenship. These organizations operate across national borders and advocate for global issues such as human rights, environmental protection, and social justice. They promote the idea of global citizenship, which emphasizes responsibilities and rights that go beyond the national identity. Transnational movements usually involve political lobbying and protests. Transnational movements often seek to influence policies and decisions at national and international levels. They engage in political lobbying, direct interaction with governments and institutions to advocate for policy changes. They also organize protests and public demonstrations to raise awareness and put pressure on decision makers regarding issues like climate change, inequality, or human rights violations. Sometimes they encompass more extreme forms of resistance. In some cases, these movements may adopt radical confrontational methods. To draw attention to their causes, this could include acts of civil disobedience, occupation of public spaces, or disruptive tactics to challenge powerful institutions or unjust systems. They also depend on volunteers who offer direct assistance to those who are suffering from abuse, poverty, war, among others. A key part of their work involves humanitarian actions. These organizations rely on the support of volunteers to deliver aid and support to vulnerable populations, such as victims of war or people in poverty. To further expand our discussion, let's hear from Ms. Sheila Leonardo, the concept of global civil society.
Good day everyone, I'm Shella and here's today's special report on global civil society. The idea of civil society has become important since the 1980s in Eastern Europe. Some thinkers and activists began using social groups to fight for freedom from government control. These groups help people speak out and work together to make changes. Civil society means having independent groups that are not part of the government. This includes community organizations, charities, and volunteer groups. Experts believe that these groups help support democracy, especially in countries where people do not have many rights like China and other states. Democratic theories say civil society is very important. It helps protect freedom and stops the government from becoming too powerful, and it gives people a way to express their ideas and take part in society. When people join voluntary groups, they learn about politics and how to be a good citizens. This is called political education. It helps people become more active and responsible in their communities. Famous thinkers like Hegel and Marx also talk about civil society. They said it is the space where people take part in economic and social life. For them, civil society was an important part of understanding of how people live and work. In short, civil society helps protect freedom, supports democracy, and teaches people to be involved in their communities. And that's all for now. I'm Shella Leonardo, reporting on Global City Society. Now let's go over to Ms. Delgado for the next report. Over to you, Ms. Delgado.
Good evening, I'm Elash Delgado, and tonight we explore the concept of civil society, a powerful place for collective action and both locally and globally. Historically, philosophers like Hegel and Marx viewed civil society as a sphere shaped by the market economy, often marked by the growing individualism and social inequality. However, many modern theorists now define civil society as something more independent, a space separate from both the state and the economy, where people connect, organize, and build community. Action can be informal, like between neighbors or hobby groups, or formal, like NGOs and advocacy networks. At this core, civil society is about the participation, cooperation, and shared values. In today's interconnected world, we also see in the rise of global civil society. This includes the international organization, digital communities, and transnational activism. Its impact depends on how it's defined on the political and economic power of the groups involved. Importantly, it can challenge states when people build cross-border alliances, sometimes opposite by their governments to stand for global cause. This global cooperation reflects a shift on how we view the responsibility, justice, citizenship, and beyond the borders. To continue our coverage, let's now turn to Nicole Laxina, who will explore how campaigns for human rights are guarded the monopolitans, participants, and support by the international law.
Good morning. In today's Global Affairs Spotlight, we turn our attention to a powerful idea shaping our world, cosmopolitanism. The belief that all human beings, regardless of nationality, deserve equal rights and dignity. That's right, it's a worldview that puts universal human rights at the very heart of how we see ourselves and others. Backing up this belief are translational organizations that work tirelessly across borders to promote and protect those rights. These groups plays a major role in discussion about global society and global citizenship. Now, let's zoom in on the insight of scholar Richard Falk, who emphasized the rise of global civil society. According to Falk, this society doesn't serve governments, it serves people, pushing for a world order based on human rights, not just states of power. And who's on the front lines of this movement? Organizations like Amnesty International, known worldwide for defending human rights. With its international secretariat and global presence, Amnesty is a shining example of transnational action, standing up for individuals when no one else will. It doesn't just advocate, it strengthens the global civil society and acts as a kind of collective global citizen. And let's not forget Human Rights Watch, headquartered in the USA. This influential group monitored violation and raises the alarm on abuses around the globe, keeping the fight for justice alive and loud. That concludes my report. Once again, I'm Nicole Laxina, reporting on the global pulse of human rights and cosmopolitanism. Now, let's go back to our main anchor, Ms. Gabriela Blusa, for more updates.
Thank you to all our reporters for those insightful stories. As we've seen today, acting as a global citizen, supporting a vibrant global civil society, and campaigning for human rights are not just ideals. They are responsibilities we all share. Let's continue to stay informed, stay engaged, and make a difference no matter where we are in the world. And once again, I am Ms. Gabriela Blusa. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, stay aware and stay connected.